Yo guys, it's up Shadow here and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. And I just realized something. This pipe over here is built differently than the other pipes. Because here I cannot walk through it. While over here I can. Which is, well, basically because this is placed differently because of the spacing, so I'll have to change this here as well. Let me just cut these pipes up. It's not gonna be symmetric. We'll never be able to achieve that because of the asymmetric placement of the whole setup, but I think we should be able to do this. There we go. Now we can walk through it. Excellent. Okay. Oh, Jesus. So, what are we gonna do today? We're still kind of in like a decoration phase to a certain degree. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go upstairs. Yunk. And we're gonna go... Actually, we're gonna get our daily shot of health and everything. There we go. I think I will just leave this door open for now. I'm using it so much. So, over here, this room. Now, I think there was actually like an interesting little comment on the last video, like a suggestion what other like interiors I could put in here. And there was like, you know, like essentially facilities or a room to accommodate and log like visiting pilots, so to speak, you know, because this has obviously a docking platform. Right now it's my ship docked on it, but in theory, if you wouldn't have a ship dock on it, other ships could land here and then come in. So maybe, you know, having a little area here where you can, I don't know, log these, the data, at least, you know, from an RPG point of view. I kind of like that, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a little reception desk here. And then what we're also gonna have an, again, just for show most of this, we're gonna have an LCD screen. Actually, it doesn't really matter which way it is because we're just gonna have charts and everything displayed on it like that. Then I think just at the back here we'll probably have some, you know, just some lockers and everything. That. Then on the other side, I think what we could put down is like some sort of, you know, like a waiting area just in case, I don't know, the pilots that land here cannot get into the whole station right now, or they're waiting for something. Maybe you're waiting here for a flight to come pick you up, or I don't know. So we'll add a little waiting area here as well. Cool. I think that's the intention right now. I kind of like the idea as well. And you know, I'm always a sucker for these kind of things, to build in these, like, you know, essentially things that in theory you don't need, but that would make sense to have. So often I have found myself, especially in creative mode, because in creative mode I'm a lot faster with building and sometimes skip over certain things. I found myself so often like finishing a build and then walking through the ship, and then I'm like, where are the toilets? How would I, you know what I mean? How would I go to a toilet in here? Where do the crew sleep? And then suddenly I'm realizing the ship that I built is, yeah, it's functional, but it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's kind of that. And I actually like doing builds like that where, you know, you can imagine that it actually will work. It actually goes kind of hand in hand with like DMing for like pen and paper role-playing group. If you're, let's say you're creating a dungeon, right? And then you're thinking, what do we want to put into the dungeon to make this a challenge? And let's say it's like an old deserted, oh, I did put things into build plan. Let's say it's like an old deserted tomb or something, right? which means, or an old deserted ruin of a base or whatever. So, aka the original owners are no longer there. So the dangers are what? Either creatures that have taken it over or traps, right? But then you can just put like traps in here. Ooh, and there is a like a floor with tiles on the many tiles, and if you step on the wrong one, the whole freaking floor is torched with flamethrowers. And then there is this giant spider that lives in this room, and that's cool and all. And if you're just out for a combat encounter, that's fine. But if you're playing something that is a bit more heavy on the RPG side, which the one that I'm playing with a group of friends, the German D&D, so to speak, it's called Das Schwarze Auge, or the Black Eye, that is very heavy on role-playing and world-building. I mean, the game itself, I have a book, like, it's a rule book, it's like an, let's say an optional rule book, or source material book, and essentially it just describes like trading resources, what kind of resources are made in what way, and it's really detailed. It goes into detail that is like insane if you think about it. You know, it describes like, I don't know, like a dozen different beers that are made in this world, and where are they made exactly, what ingredients are made, how they are tasting, that kind of stuff, you know? So details are very important for that. And so if you make a dungeon like that, you have to ask yourself, okay, you know, there's this floor, again, with the floor tiles and the flamethrowers, but why is it there? And if they're, imagine that the original owners of that place are still there, how are they gonna get through that? And they must get through it like on a daily basis. So how is this even remotely, you know, smart? How is this convenient for anybody? You know, that kind of stuff. And also with creatures, you must like think, how do these creatures survive? If there's like a giant spider in a room somewhere, how does it survive? What does it eat? Why is it not dead yet? You know, it's that kind of thing. These questions, sometimes they really can like hinder you, because they essentially can destroy a lot of ideas because it just doesn't make sense. But if you actually think about it, it does then build a better world for you, and it's a lot more enjoyable in my opinion. But yeah, okay, so these are let's call this upper level. Let's call this just entrance. It's fine. Entrance lights. Yeah. Absolutely fine. Let's call it that. Right, like 7 meters. Probably let's go with 8 meters. There we go. So we have a little bit more light at the back. Okay, we could also put like an LCD screen here, which could display like a little welcome message or something. And this one, we're just gonna put a, I think it's called charts, or yeah, charts. That's the one. You know, I kind of like this. And also this one is absolutely inconsequential if it's mirrored, because it doesn't really, you know, it cannot really see that it's mirrored. Of course, this one is hidden. You don't see that part of the screen. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's slap down a door. Right here. We need Blitz. Let's actually just put it into the build planner. Where? There we go. Okay. Let's go get it. Oh, while we're here, let's weld some more. Now, just so we can get these steel plates out of our inventory. And as you can see, I already welded a little bit more off the floor here. I will have to put some freaking plates over here, because otherwise this is gonna be awkward. I don't want to jump over it every time I walk over here. Also, it's kind of weird. I just realized that I think I'm coming down with like a little bit of illness, like a little bit of a runny nose right now. And I don't know if that happened to other people as well every once in a while, but I have the feeling that I'd only get ill when I'm about to have a holiday coming on. And, well, just in general, I don't get ill a lot. In general, I'm fairly healthy. I think when I get like so ill that I cannot work, it's gonna be like at best 1 week a year. Mostly not even. So I don't get ill very often. But when I do get ill, it's mostly when I have free time coming on. And I always wonder if that's my body basically kind of, you know, subconsciously, it knows that it needs to keep its shit together so I can work. And then when it realizes that we're going towards a period of relaxation and a period of, you know, not having to work, it basically shuts down and goes like, okay, I'm done. You have to rest now. Now you need to regenerate. Kind of that shtick, you know. I wonder if it's that, because it's not the first time that this is happening. Mostly it's not too bad. It's mostly just like 1 day or two that I'm like sick and then I get better again. But it's very strange that it's just happening again. Like, because tomorrow, well, actually when this video is coming out, I should already be technically on holiday. Well, I should have finished work, let's say that, and then on Friday the LAN party will start properly, you know. So yeah, but yeah, happened to me a few times already. It's very strange. So I just hope it's not too bad, so I can actually enjoy the time and not just be sniffling little sick goblin in the corner. But yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm just gonna weld this whole landing pad thing. And I might want to make it a little bit... Ooh, our energy is about to run out. I might want to make it even a little bit bigger. And then put some lights on it, potentially. Some, like, positional lights. And you know what? I actually have been looking this up recently for... Basically for space engineers, for building. You know, because when I build flying contraptions, sometimes I like to put like blinking lights on it, just so, you know, because I faintly remember all the time that, yeah, real life air vehicles, aircrafts, they do have blinking lights on them, like positioning lights, and actually ships do too, right? And I had to look it up because I wasn't quite sure. I think it's on the right wing it's a green light, and on the left wing it's a red light, and then there's also one light on the tail that's white. And so based on these three lights, you can always tell, even in the dark, in which direction the aircraft is going. But what really annoys me about that, if I remember it correctly, that the red light is on the left side, because that makes it even harder to memorize, because, you know, red, right, that would be so easy if it was that, but no, of course not. It's the other way around. Which I guess in theory that makes it also easy to recognize if you know about it, but you have to know. And I think ships use that, maybe a similar system. I actually didn't look that up that detailed, but I know it for aircrafts. But yeah. But I might actually put some of these on this bad boy, maybe at one point, because I actually kind of like it, you know, having these positional lights. Of course, if you're having like a combat ship, you might not want to have that because it makes you very easy to spot. Well, to be fair, you can turn them off and on, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. Okay, let's put the corner on. Then we'll also put some railings on the side of this whole shebang. Go. Lovely. That is pretty much ready. Now we just need to weld it properly. Then finish it up, and then I'm pretty happy with the whole structural thing. And then I think what we'll start to do is basically put up the quote-unquote walls you know, basically closing this part here off. Again, I'm not gonna try and close the whole thing off, like, completely. I'm probably gonna leave some, like, gaps here and there, but still, I want to have it a little bit more structurally together, if that makes any sense. But yeah, also, there was like a new teaser for the upcoming update. Something about a new set of wheels, because right now we have a 1x1 wheel, we have a 3x3 and a 5x5, and apparently there's a new one coming, a 2x2 wheel. That's kind of exciting, because there were a few times before where I built something and Jesus Christ, and I thought to myself, the 3x3 wheel is a bit too chunky, but the 1x1 is so tiny, it barely lifts you off the ground. So maybe a new set of wheels that is in between, that would be quite nice. So I'm very excited for that, actually. Now, I really hope that's going to be update and not DLC. Although they only said about update, it was always talk about the automaton update. So far we haven't heard anything about a DLC, but I mean, in the past there has always been a DLC, you know, accompanying the updates. So yeah. Okay, so railings, put those on, but first let me just use up all the plates to get our ship a little bit more completed. I'm actually not so sure about these constructions here. That's why I'm not welding them yet, but we'll see about those. So what do we need for rails? We need construction components mainly. Some of these. There we go. That's about right. That's a good ratio, I feel. Okay. There we go. Just let's do the straight ones first. And then the diagonal ones and whatnot. Oh. Oh, we placed it correctly. Okay. Just confused visually there. Right. That. Let's go. Sack. And there. Now, diagonal one. Excellent. Go. That's like very uncomfortably close to that turbine, but it should be fine. Hitbox wise, it shouldn't be hitting, but technically I couldn't place it in that manner because it would be too close. So there's a, you know, the placement hitbox, so to speak, would be in the way, but the real hitbox isn't. That's good to know, right? Go. Okay. I mean, we'll have to refresh our inventory in a moment, but I think we almost get more than halfway done, so that's good to know, because that means we can basically get the same load again. Okay, maybe a little bit less interior, components. I think we're at about 250, so we'll do it like that. There we go. Okay. Just a few more. They're so awkward to weld because you have to aim so precisely. And it's not even on the rail. It's like between the rails. You have to aim. Very strange thing. But one gets used to these kind of occurrences in this game, I feel. Okay. Most excellent. Do we still have some... Yes, we still have some construction components, which means we can put some lights. I'm just gonna put some, like, in 4 corners, we're just gonna put the lights. like that. Just we have the corners covered, essentially, and they are gonna be blinking in a nice bright red, indicate the landing platform, and that's gonna be good. Happy with that. Very happy indeed. Righty. Go, let me... yes, I can view it like that. There we go. So this is landing pad light. There we go. Make it nice and red. And I think the radius is gonna be at like 5, and then we'll put down the intensity a bit to 3. So it's not that glaring. And then blink length is gonna be 50%, and blink interval is 2 seconds. Excellent. Maybe we'll put an offset on so it's not in sync with our own blinking lights from the ship, you know what I mean? Maybe we should do that. That might be good. Let's do a blink offset of 25%. That's good. Okay. Cool. So that's done. Or like... lobby? I think lobby would be a good word for this. A little lobby here. Right. Okay. Let us grab some steel plates now. And we'll do the first strokes of the wall. That is gonna connect. Now, again, I definitely want, like, behind these refineries, I think at least these I want to be fully covered, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I want to put at least like this, with walls up. And then up here they will like slowly slope in to line up with the rest here. Know what I mean? But there might be some gaps here and there for windows, just because I think it might look nice. Let's just add another row here. We'll just weld these as we go along. Okay, let me just check the window. These ones I'm actually looking. So these need interior plate. Let me grab a few of them.
Energy low.
Yes, I will take care of that in a second. So that is actually symmetrical, is it? Yes, I think it is. It's 3. Yeah, it's 3 on each side and then 1 in the middle. Okay. How about we put a gap like here? Here. Although, if you put a gap here, it's just gonna look straight into our wheel housing, our wheel case, our wheel well. So that's no good. Maybe here? And the question is, if we put it here, do we have enough spacing to actually fold the whole wall inwards so it meets up with the rest? Well, we'll have to figure out. Let's see. You drink. Okay. So here we would put probably this, right? Then I guess this works, right? Probably on the inside we'll have a little bit of like reverse slopes. Make it a little bit more stable. Let me actually put these two into building planner. Oh. Map those and some more plates. And speaking of plates, let's make some more. Case. Okay. That looks okay, I think. Ooh. Ooh, why is this? Oh, shit. Ooh. Ugh. That's... Sorry. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I have to weld them one by one. Good thing I spotted that. That would have been annoying. Did I use that on the other side as well? Yup. Jesus Christ, what the hell did I do here? My goodness. Totally did not catch that. Well, caught it too late. But I do like this from the inside because, you know, it's just like some ventilation windows, so to speak. Cannot really access them, but they give a little bit of light. We'll have to add some more lights down here anyway, but, you know. So that's good. I like that. Okay. And then let's actually replicate this on the other side, shall we? So we have a little bit of a complete thing going. Although here, this looks a little bit different. You really have to be very careful because of the refineries not being placed, you know, perfectly. Oh, what did I did? I thought I got plates. Apparently I didn't. Okay. We just have to try and see if the symmetry is all right. I think on the other side it's good. But the thing is, if we want to do the same thing, like 1, 2, 3 outwards, do this. So here it's enough to clear the refineries. Over here it's not enough. Okay. I just have to check that we didn't do a weird mistake somewhere. But I think we didn't. Kind of weird that it's so perfectly in the middle here. Here it is not. Well, I guess I could technically move these, but at this point this is a hassle to do because they're full of ingredients. So I think we'll just be generous and just increase the width of this wall by 1 each. No? Like that. I think. And then we should be in the green again. It's not gonna look symmetrical anyway, but at least from the outside it will. Kind of hidden away the fact that I wouldn't say fucked it up, but that we did a not so fortunate placement. Let's see. 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I mean, we might just like build it so it follows this wall here inwards a little bit. Might just completely go follow it. Not 100% sure on that though. But yeah, I think just generally speaking, I like the vibe with the window and everything. I do like that. So let's put no down. Corner bit. Again, the inside, we might put like a little bit of inverted slopes here, just to make this edge a little bit less aggressive, so to speak, you know, to smooth it out a bit. But that's gonna happen at the end, I think, when the wall is complete. Because then we can properly decide where which block will go. Right now it's kind of up in the air still a little bit. How long and how bendy this wall is gonna be, where it's gonna, you know, go corner off to the inside and everything. So we'll have to decide that later. But so far, so good. I think that's alright. Let's get 2 windows in the building planner. And then just slap them down. There. Okay, very good. So that works. Now, next step would be... I think... Actually, before we continue here, I will start here, because here it's a lot clearer how big it needs to be, because it needs to be at least as big so we can clear, you know, past this freaking staircase. So here we have a bit more information to work with. So I think I will now start going off from here towards the back, and then we'll basically see very naturally how they will join up together back there. No? I think that's a good idea. So let me just weld a few more bits and pieces, and, you know, I think we've done enough for today. And again, just as a little notice, there's going to be a break of about a week in the videos. Again, I'm going to be at the LAN party, and did not have really time to record anything in advance, because there's been a lot of stress, you know, during the week on the job and everything, so I couldn't really focus on producing more videos than normal. So there's just gotta be a break. I think it's gonna be alright. Okay, right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and take care.